My guest today is Al Brooks, and we're talking about watching the market in mathematical terms to make your trading decisions. So Al, what are the basic concepts of mathematical terms in the market?
The most fundamental piece of mathematics that everyone uses when they're making a trade is the trader's equation. They're thinking, what is the probability that the trade will work? So let's say the probability is 60%. That means the probability that it will not work is 40%. So you take the probability of success and you multiply that times how much reward you stand to gain. Where is your profit target? How many ticks away? That number has to be greater than the probability of failure times the distance to your stop, your risk. So the probability of reward times probability of success times the reward has to be greater than the probability of failure times your success. And if you don't have that, you should not take a trade.
All right, so you're calculating this on every trade you take?
I don't sit down and pencil it out, but I have a method, an approach that I use. I take 40 trades a day, or I consider 40 trades a day, and I take 10 to 20 of them. What I do is I have to consider risk, reward, and probability. I know what the risk is. I know where I'm placing my stop. I know what the reward is. I know how far away my profit-taking limit order is. What I don't know is probability. If I think the trade will probably work, in my mind, I can't have that belief unless the probability is at least 60%. So if I look at a trade and I say, yeah, that looks like a good trade, I assume probability is 60%. So if I have a 60% probability, what is the minimum reward that I need to have a positive trader's equation? The reward has to be at least as large as my stop. So if I have a trade that's likely to work, I'll make sure that I set my reward to at least as large as my stop. If I look at a trade and I say, yeah, that might work, it might not work, then I assume the probability is 50%. What size reward do I need with a 50% probability to make the trade profitable? I need a reward in general that's about twice the size of my risk. So if I look at a trade and I say, it might work, 50% probability, I can only take the trade if I am going for a profit target that is at least twice the size of my risk. So if my stop has to be 2 points away, I have to go for at least 4 points. And if I think 4 points is unrealistic, I can't take the trade.
Are you putting those stop losses and profit targets into the system so it automatically gets hit whichever way it goes?
Right. I immediately, as soon as I take a trade, my broker's software immediately creates a bracket order. For example, if I'm buying and I'm trading the E-mini on an average day, the bracket order might have a 2-point stop, and I create a default limit profit-taking order 2 points away. So on most of my trades, that's what I do: a 2-point stop, 2-point profit target, and both protect me. The stop protects me, obviously, if the market starts to go against me, and the limit order protects me if the market goes my way and then goes against me. If I have a limit order, I know that I get out with a mathematically profitable amount of profit.
Al, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.